Let's start with front-facing camera. This is 1080p, 30 frames per second. And look at the colors. I mean, OnePlus actually made the colors. They look so natural. However, I'm going to switch to steady mode, and you can see the difference because it's slightly cropped in. Now I'm using steady mode, and I think it is a little bit more stable. However, it is a bit cropped in, which I'm not a huge fan of. However, what I like is the filters. You've got loads of different options for different filters, such as black and white, etc. Cool. Unfortunately, you can only shoot 1080p on the front-facing camera, and there's no exception with those filters switched on. So if you want to add a bit of uniqueness into your videos, you should be happy with that. But I'm gonna take some selfies now. Ultra wide angle 4K, 30 frames per second. This is the highest resolution you can get on this ultra wide angle. And look at the stabilization. Absolutely incredible. Shame there's no 60 frames available on ultra wide angle. This is the main sensor. However, you can shoot up to 120 frames per second, which is pretty insane. There's not many phones that can actually get such a high frame rate on a smartphone, so I will be testing that later on, so make sure you stick around. And ×2, this is optical zoom. Looking good. Look, even the stabilization, yeah, I'm walking around, no gimbal, no tripod, just a handheld in this case. I tend to use tripod, but today I was in a rush, so just holding it in my hand. Nice. This is ultra steady mode, 1080p 60 frames per second. Oh, that's really nice. Let me do a little run-up. Oh yes, you should be happy with that. And also you can slow it down because it's 60 frames per second, so the results should be pretty nice. Okay, so this is maximum zoom in ×10 that you can do, but the quality is pretty bad, as you can see. Competitors can do a little bit better. And let's go back to ultra wide angle. But let's check on picture quality and zooming in. I mean, look at the colors. So natural. The Hasselblad is doing a pretty amazing job. I really like the color science. Right, so the 30 is actually the furthest distance you can go. And back to ultra wide angle. Not bad. Okay, now we're going to check on the focus. Yeah, that's pretty fast. ×2. That's incredibly fast. Nice. You ready, Nelly? Go. Now I'm using really low aperture, or 1.4. So there's no portrait video mode, but you can actually change this yourself, which is great. Another very useful feature. Right, my kids go back to school for the first time together after summer holiday, so I'm going to do a bit of vlogging, take up pictures here and there, have a look at some of the features. Let's go. Oh, by the way, if you are enjoying this video, don't forget to smash that like. It really helps to spread this video. Thanks. video mode, which I'm a huge fan of. Just going shopping, grab a few things in there, take more pictures really. But yeah, so far I'm really happy with that. Right guys, you won't believe what actually happened. When I was in the shop, I dropped this phone on the floor, and you know what? It didn't crack because it has a case on it. If that was a Samsung, job done. The phone will be cracked. So really passed the durability test, and I really like when companies actually give you that extra case for protection. I'm so happy the phone isn't cracked. Now, just very quickly, I would like to show you all the settings and layout of the camera here. So you go your night mode, great, because you can actually use all the lenses. When you go video, this is your resolution. You can shoot up to 8K. Okay, this is only available on the main sensor. When you go 4K, you also got 60 frames per second and 120. Wow, that's amazing. Let's move to photo. I love the filters here, and you can also add some softness to skin, etc. 10-bit colors, which I often use. Again, switch between the lenses, but you also got dedicated high resolution mode. So if you want to get more details into your shots, then you can actually use that. Even when you zoom in, you should be able to see loads of details because of the resolution. Of course, you got your portrait mode. So close up and some other shots here. One of my favorite is the 150 wide angle. I don't like the fish eye, but this is pretty wide. Check this out. But now you can see other options. You got the movie pro mode. I'm gonna have a look at some slow motion. Oh, I forgot to mention the X-Pan thing. I really like that. It just reminds me of that old-fashioned photography. Really nice. But yeah, let's have a look at slow motion now. Now I'm shooting 4K 60 frames per second. Look at that blurry background. And you can zoom in during recording, which is pretty useful. Not bad at all. Okay, so this is actually 4K 120 frames per second. I completely forgot about to check it out, but for cinematic shots, nice. So this is the movie mode. I love the aspect ratio, nice cinematic look for vlogging, making some extra videos. You can add some color grading because you've got log mode and then some other additional features. But please remember, I didn't use any external microphone on this review, so all you can hear was actually coming from this device. Hope you enjoyed this episode, but please, I will be making another video specific about night photography, long exposure, video quality at night, so make sure you check out in that corner. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Cheers.